welcome back. Today I have for you a review, first impression, demo kind of deal. I think it's my first time doing a first impression. I usually always do reviews on products that I've tried for a long time, but this is my first time trying out this foundation, and it is the new Rainforest of the Sea foundation from Tarte. It recently just came out and I wanted to review for you guys. This is a water foundation. It has 15 SPF and it also has a dropper, which is my favorite part, just because you can mix it with any foundation or even other colors. At first I thought that this foundation was not going to match me. This one is 10 cents, so I was going to mix it with the darkest shade, which is Deep Honey, but I figured and realized that this one is actually my perfect shade. I feel like for the summertime I'm going to be right in between these two shades. Right now they have 12 shades I believe, and I am 10 cent like I mentioned earlier. But overall I'm really loving this foundation. I speak throughout the video letting you guys know how I feel about it while I'm trying it out, but I just really like it. It's super full coverage, it's very lightweight as well. It feels like you have nothing on, which is my favorite part. I'm also loving the finish. It's like a natural dewy finish. I am normal to oily skin, so I feel like for dry skin it's going to be great as well. The packaging itself, it's amazing. It's like a glass material. It's very high-end feel, and I also love the fact that it has a dropper like I mentioned earlier. So before I start with the review, I wanted to let you know that I also got the other new foundation they just launched. This one is the Empowered Hydra Gel Foundation, and I got it in 10 cent as well. It's basically a whipped foundation, and it comes in a jar like this with a brush. So let me know in the comments below if you want me to do a first impression or review on this one as well, and I will gladly do it for you guys. So without further ado, let's get started with the review. Alright, so it's currently 3:04 right now, and I'm starting off with primer. I'm using the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. I haven't used it for a long time, but I like it so far. And for foundation, this is what the box and packaging looks like. It's a beautiful blue gradient effect. I really like it. And then the actual bottle, it's a glass material. Great quality. It has a purple going into gold effect, and it's actually a dropper, which is my favorite part. I can't wait to see how it actually works. So the color that I'm using is 10 cent. It says shake well, so let's shake this bad boy. So like I mentioned, I have 10 cent here as well as Deep Honey. These are the last two shades, and I feel like I'm right in between shades. And as you can see from the bottle, Deep Honey, it's a little bit darker, and then 10 cent is a little bit more of my shade. Comparing it from the color of the bottle to my skin, I feel like 10 cent will be more of my shade, but we have to see. Alright, so this is definitely a lot similar to my skin tone. I mixed 3 of the 10 cent drops and 1 Deep Honey because Deep Honey is very dark, and I'm just going to spread it in my skin. Alright, so to blend it, I'm going to use the e.l.f. powder brush, which is my favorite foundation brush. Wow. Holy cow, I love the coverage of this. By the way, I didn't cover any of my imperfections beforehand. I usually always cover it because, I don't know, I feel like it doesn't look completely covered even with foundation. Alright, so the camera stopped filming, but I am noticing that this is really dark, so I might just be 10 cent. Alright, so I'm mixing a little bit more of the 10 cent over it because I really feel like the Deep Honey made it way too dark for me. Alright, so far so good. I am loving the lightweight feel to it though, because it really feels like I have nothing on. And like I mentioned earlier, I didn't cover my imperfections like I usually do with concealer. I do have acne marks in my chin and forehead, but I really love the coverage as well. Alright, so this is what the finish looks like. It's just a dewy, natural finish. I really like the finish. I haven't applied powder yet, but I will in a few. Like I mentioned, I decided to go for 10 cent. I feel like it's more my shade right now, but in the summer, I feel like I will be definitely in between these two, which is 10 cent and Deep Honey, but I am loving the finish of this foundation for sure. They also added a powder to their new collection, the Confidence Creamy Powder Foundation, but I grabbed Deep Honey, and I feel like this is going to be way too dark for me right now, but I do like the touch and feel of the powder. But I'm going to just dust my regular powder like I usually do. Just because I'm really oily, as you guys know. Alright, so I just finished filling in my brows, and to highlight under my eyes, I'm using their new concealer. This is the Rainforest of the Sea concealer, and I'm using the color medium, although I think it's going to be a little too light for me, but we'll see. Ah, it has a sponge. That's so nice. I really love the packaging. That's a lot of product, by the way, so let's see. Wow, I don't want to drop this. Yeah, this is definitely the kind of shade I go for. It feels a little itchy, I'm not going to lie. Oh, why does it feel itchy? I think the shade will work for me. I like going really light under my eyes. Many of you guys don't like me going light under my eyes, but I feel like if you blend it well, it looks nice. All right, so to blend it, I'm using my beauty blender. I really love this concealer as well. It's so lightweight. All right, so far so good. Now we're going to set it with the Airspun loose powder. All right, so I'm going to finish off the rest of my face, so I'll be right back. All right, so I finished the rest of my face, and so far so good. I'm really loving this foundation. It's just really lightweight, full coverage. It has a natural finish to it, and I feel like it's going to be one of my favorites. But I'm going out right now. I'm going to the movies, so I'll keep you guys updated once I'm back and see how it's done throughout the day. So it's been a pretty long day, and I really love how it still looks, literally. I mean, it's probably because it's winter, you know, and here in New York it's pretty cold outside, so I don't really sweat like I usually do in the summertime, obviously. Honestly, I feel like it's a must try. I really love this foundation. Great coverage, super long lasting. The packaging is to die for. I really love the dropper as well. It has 12 shades, I believe. I'll link some information down below for you guys if I miss any facts or details on the foundation itself. I also, like I mentioned earlier, I have the whipped foundation, so let me know in the comments below if you want to see a review or a tutorial of me using this. I haven't tried it out yet, so maybe a first impression. But I mean, I swatched it and I really like it, so I can't wait to see the difference between the whipped and the liquid. And the whipped foundation actually comes with a brush, so you basically take the product out and then you just blend it out with the buffing brush, so I can't wait to try these two out. And I also really love the concealer. I mean, it gave amazing coverage. It didn't crease whatsoever. It felt extremely lightweight, and what I love the most about it is the fact that it brings so much product. I mean, this bottle right here is going to last a long time. I also like the applicator that it brings with the concealer. So yeah, overall, I really love the Rainforest of the Sea line. I definitely recommend it. Let me know in the comments below if you have tried it out, and if so, what are your thoughts and opinions on it? Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and see you next time. Bye!